Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. It is Snapshot 18w10c and for some reason I am a Steve. I don't know why I'm a Steve, I'm supposed to be an Alex, but my skin won't display, and you know what, that is fine. We are here to check out some of the new underwater features. This snapshot is introducing the new water mechanics. They are a work in progress, they are subject to change. But in front of us we can see the first stage right here. Look at these beautiful slabs. We've already had this in the game for a few snapshots, I think. You can see both bottom side slabs and top side slabs have water in them. They share the block together. That's fantastic. It's now been extended to stair blocks. Look at that. Underwater building is going to be amazing now. This is really something. You know, I've placed them in different arrangements just to show that it's been properly implemented. We also got fence blocks over here as well. I can stand in the middle of this. It's just like when they're out of water, except I'm in water. And yeah, all the different types. The nether brick over there, I was kind of surprised to see that the path block had been added as well. This now has water on top of it. There's no little air bubble around it. And this right here is a trapped chest. So recently they did the chest. They forgot about the trapped one. That one's been updated. If we fly over in this direction, we will find some of the blocks and apparently an enderman who decided to spawn underwater. You know, nice life decisions, mate. We will find some of the blocks that haven't actually been added yet. We've got doors, daylight sensors, fence gates. I hope that they look at everything here and make it all consistent. Stone pressure plate, a bed, some signs, enchantment table. What do I need to mention here? There's a ladder back there just in case you can't see it. Some banners over there. And iron bars and glass, which in the changelog it says have been added, and we'll talk about that in just a second. I went through a lot of the different block types that didn't have a full block size and placed them down here. So things like dead bushes and plants, they pop off in the water, which you would expect. The same for end rod and torches. Then we saw that the ladder doesn't pop off, but it doesn't have the underwater feature. There were a few others here that I went through, struggling to remember now. Hey, I never actually tried the anvil, or the ender chest. Those two I somehow managed to miss. But for example, things like carpets, you place them, they don't have the water thing sorted out, and then they pop off. It'll be interesting to see if they choose to add the water thing around it, even if the item pops off. It would certainly look a little better and more consistent. So I've been through all of these items. Flower pots, for example, and these ones will just pop off as well. But these are the ones that, you know, work normally. And like I said, glass and iron bars were in the list, right, of things that works. Well, if you right click on it with a water bucket, it adds water to it. So I don't know why it doesn't do that by default. I find that a little bit strange. If we go in here and add water on each of them, you can see that they will display perfectly in the water. So let's check out these new mechanics in closer detail. Placing down a slab, looking pretty cool. Putting one up here. What you might have seen in some of the previous snapshots is blocks near the surface having some display issues. Those have gone away, and that's because I believe this is now coded a little bit different from how it was done before. We'll get to that in a bit. If I place down some stairs, you can see that the water appears in it like that. It's pretty cool. Different arrangements will place it in particular ways. If we go over here though, put one like that, and then put that there, you know, even in that smallest of spaces, it can appear. In fact, let's quickly double press that so the water doesn't come back. Then I can add the water to that myself. So it's an interesting way of setting it up. Also, if I add water to this block, it then flows out of the side down here, which sort of brings me to the next point, which is that the water will flow out in all directions, and this is subject to change. I'm guessing on something like a stair block, it's only going to go out in that direction, right? Because, you know, the blocks on the other side, it doesn't really make sense. In fact, let's quickly have a look at it again, because it's kind of funny when you see the water go out the opposite side. So that is subject to change, and the way this was worded, water can flow out of these blocks and not into them. So if we are to put our source over here and then put our yeah, like that, you can see what they're getting at, right? It's only water source blocks this works on. It doesn't work with regular flowing water. Another thing to do is to press F3 as well and have a look at the right side of your screen. Just go to the bottom where it says Minecraft Stairs and look above it. It's got a tag called waterlogged. So if I press something here, it is not waterlogged until I put water in it, and then it becomes a waterlogged block. So there's a new block state for these, which is interesting, I guess, and I think that's kind of the most of it, really. You can get a good idea of how this works just from what I've shown you there. While I've been editing, a turtle has made its way to the top. I mean, that is one determined turtle right there. Climbing out of the water, up these hills. Are you not even going to settle up here? You're just travelling across the other side. You know what? I'll leave you to your business. So when it comes to lava, you can't do this. I don't know if that will be added. I don't know if it would be that great really, because you can't see through lava. But an important patch note is that this block right here, the flowing lava, the lava that is flowing away from the source, in the game that's known as flowing lava. There's also flowing water for flowing water as well. Confusing, not really. But those things have been removed, so I'm now not sure what this is we're looking at here. Is it been renamed? Is this handled in an entirely different way now? I'm not sure. They're just in the patch notes and I wanted to mention them. Another patch note, it says here that blocks such as bubble columns or kelp will always count as a water source. And if I didn't make it clear enough earlier, these blocks over here, they all treat you like you're in a water source when you're standing inside of them next to the block as well. That's really important to know. So that will be the same of kelp blocks. It'll treat you like a water source. Same for these bubbles over here as well. So I started messing around with putting blocks over here, and you can see how they block off the particles from getting to where they're going. I don't know if this effect still works if you're not in survival. Well, we could give this a test, couldn't we? Yeah, unsurprisingly, that doesn't work anymore. But if we break this block and then we mess around with the stair blocks, you'll see that because it treats this like it's a water source block, if we place that there, you can see we don't have any funkiness going on, and then all the particles get stacked up against it. And the final thing is to do with the phantom mob. Considering the updates to the water, I was kind of expecting that the problem with their wings to be fixed. It's not in this one, it'll get done eventually. They have been changed to their status as an undead mob. If we grab a sharpness sword and attack one of these, we'll see one hit doesn't kill it. If we spawn another and use a smite sword, it will kill it in one go. And of course, smite does more damage to undead mobs. Now, as well as that, if we go and grab a healing potion, this in theory is going to hurt it, right? Yeah, look at that, because it's an undead mob. And then the opposite potion would cure it as well. So let's go grab a harming one. And we're going to throw it at this one over here, which you saw was damaged. Oh, there you go. You've gone all the way around. Hi. You see, it didn't take any damage. And that's because it's an undead mob. Can you spot the difference? Two undead mobs, but only one of them's on fire. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, a consistent rule, but it is the daytime. This has been classified as an undead mob. And it isn't on fire. That might change. They might burn in the daylight. I don't know. Just something I wanted to point out. I think this silly little turtle has found a home. Seems to like it here. Look at all the water out there, man. Anyway, check this out. We got a sticky piston. We got a slab with water in it. And we now have movable water sources using pistons. That's interesting. I don't think that's intentional, but I hope that that stays. I think that could be really cool and a lot of fun and could lead to some very cool little contraptions. I mean, that's got me very curious. Let's hope that they keep it in. But that's it from me, this snapshot video. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated with all of the videos. And if you enjoyed this one, then leave a like. As always, thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.